What should a husband do when the person he loves the most suddenly becomes the one hurting him? Most men suffer in silence, afraid to speak, afraid to react, afraid to break their home. But silence can destroy a marriage faster than anger. Today we uncover the truth, the calm, the boundaries, the protection, and the deeper healing every couple needs when love turns into pain. Stay with me. This might save a relationship or even a life. When a husband faces physical aggression from his wife, the first and most important step is to stay calm and avoid retaliation. Reacting with anger or force may feel like an immediate response, but it only makes the situation worse and can cause emotional, physical, and legal damage. Remaining calm is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of wisdom, discipline, and emotional maturity. A heated moment can turn into lifelong regret if handled without self-control. When a husband chooses patience, it allows the conflict to stop instead of growing. Retaliation, shouting, or pushing back can rapidly escalate into a dangerous cycle of violence where both partners end up wounded mentally and physically. Staying calm gives space for clarity. It also prevents the husband from becoming the wrongdoer in the situation, especially if the conflict reaches family, community, or legal authorities. By holding back anger, he protects himself, his wife, and their relationship. Calmness helps him evaluate what triggered the aggression in the first place. Is it emotional stress, unresolved resentment, or a deeper issue in the marriage? Emotional control opens the door for healthier communication once the situation cools. It also reflects strong character, responsibility, and respect for the sacred bond of marriage, where problems are solved with patience, not violence. When a wife becomes physically or verbally aggressive, it becomes essential for the husband to communicate firmly and set clear boundaries. Silence or ignoring the issue may seem easier in the moment, but it often allows the behavior to repeat or worsen. A healthy marriage requires mutual respect, and that respect must be protected through honest, calm, and direct communication. The husband should choose a moment when emotions have settled and express his feelings clearly, how the behavior affected him, why it is unacceptable, and what changes are necessary to restore peace in the relationship. Firm communication doesn't mean harshness. It means speaking with confidence, clarity, and self-respect. He should use phrases like, "I feel hurt when," or "this behavior cannot continue," so the focus stays on the issue, not blame. Setting boundaries is equally important. Boundaries are guidelines that protect emotional and physical safety. The husband can calmly state what he will and will not tolerate, and what steps he will take if the violence continues, such as taking space, seeking counseling, or involving trusted elders. These boundaries create structure and help the wife understand the seriousness of her actions. When communication is firm yet respectful, it opens the door for healing rather than conflict. Boundaries, when expressed with wisdom, become a foundation for rebuilding trust and restoring harmony in the marriage. When a marriage reaches a point where the wife is becoming physically or emotionally aggressive, it often signals deeper unresolved issues. In such situations, the husband should seek help from trusted elders or professional counselors, rather than trying to handle everything alone. Many couples suffer in silence, thinking problems will fix themselves, but outside guidance can bring clarity, fairness, and emotional balance. Turning to wise elders, such as parents, respected relatives, or community figures, can help bring a neutral, calming perspective. These individuals often have life experience and the ability to mediate difficult conversations with fairness and care. They can hold both partners accountable while also offering practical advice rooted in tradition, wisdom, and love. Sometimes a wife may listen more openly when someone she respects intervenes. Professional counselors, therapists, or marriage experts offer another powerful form of support. They understand the psychology behind conflict, stress, and emotional reactions. A counselor can help uncover the real cause of the aggression, whether it's stress, trauma, insecurity, or communication breakdown. With their guidance, couples learn healthier ways to express emotions and resolve disagreements. Seeking help is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength and responsibility. It protects the marriage from escalating damage and shows a sincere effort to save the relationship. Outside support can be the turning point that transforms conflict into healing, understanding, and long-term stability. When a situation becomes physically or emotionally unsafe, the husband must prioritize protecting himself and creating a safe space until the conflict cools down. Protecting oneself is not abandonment, disrespect, or weakness. It is a necessary step to prevent greater harm. If a wife is acting out of anger, stress, or emotional imbalance, remaining in the middle of the conflict can escalate the situation for both of them. Creating space can be simple yet effective. The husband may calmly move to another room, step outside for fresh air, or temporarily leave the house if the intensity becomes overwhelming. This physical distance prevents immediate reactions, stops the cycle of aggression, and gives both partners time to breathe and regain emotional clarity. It also ensures that the husband is not forced into a position where he feels pressured to retaliate, which could worsen the conflict and damage the relationship further. During this space, the husband should avoid arguing, shouting, or engaging in any form of confrontation. Silence and separation at the right time can become powerful tools for de-escalation. Once both partners have calmed down, they are better able to communicate clearly, understand the root cause, and discuss healthier ways to manage emotions. Protecting oneself is not about running away. It is about safeguarding peace, preventing violence, and creating the right conditions for constructive dialogue and healing. When a wife becomes physically or emotionally aggressive, the behavior is usually a symptom of a deeper underlying problem rather than the problem itself. Instead of only reacting to the surface behavior, a husband must look beneath it to understand what is truly driving the conflict. Stress, unresolved trauma, hormonal imbalance, financial pressure, past wounds, jealousy, communication breakdowns, or emotional neglect can all manifest as sudden anger or aggression. Ignoring these root causes only allows the problem to grow. Addressing the deeper issue requires honesty, patience, and willingness from both partners. Once the immediate conflict has cooled, the husband should gently open a conversation about what is really troubling his wife. This conversation must be non-judgmental and empathetic, allowing her to express emotions without fear. Understanding the cause does not justify the aggression, but it helps create a path toward healing. Seeking professional support can be a life-changing step. Marriage counselors, psychologists, and relationship coaches are trained to identify patterns couples cannot see themselves. They provide tools for healthier communication, emotional regulation, and conflict resolution. Professional guidance ensures that both individuals feel heard and supported in a safe environment. Facing the root cause is a courageous act. It shows the husband is committed to rebuilding trust and restoring peace. By addressing the real issue and getting expert help, the couple can transform a painful situation into an opportunity for growth, healing, and a stronger, more stable marriage.